She-Wolf. I got my account back. It took forever, but I got it. Hi, Annie. Hi, thank you so much for coming by. Do you want to come up for a moment? Hi, Mama. Okay, no worries. Thank you for coming by. I'm glad to be back. My account was down for 2 weeks. Thought I was never going to get it back. Hey, Mama.
Hey, you.
How's it going? Oh, thank you. I'm really glad to see you again, She-Wolf. What are you doing right now, Mama?
I'm doing good.
Whoa.
Can't hear crap, but
What's that vibrating?
who's vibrating?
You.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a good
Really
vibration
does,
or no?
I don't know. It looks like... I don't know.
Huh.
Let me see real quick.
Yeah!
Your camera's
Nice.
vibrating.
Put me on the big screen. Go ahead.
It's like your camera's vibrating or something.
Did it get better?
Oh, it did, yes.
Yeah.
Weird.
Very strange.
Very strange. Yeah, it was like your camera was vibrating. Weird.
Well, I hope my camera had fun.
I guess. Ugh.
How you doing?
Man, I came on earlier. And oh man, it was so weird. I couldn't hear anybody. I had a whole bunch of people in there. There's like 30 people in the room, and everything just kind of went nuts, man. Like the panels were full up. Couldn't hear anybody, but they were all talking. They started twitching out really bad, and then my phone, like TikTok, shut off and started downloading on my phone. Just started updating on my phone, and I couldn't stop it. And I went over to the Discord to let folks know, and it fucking spam posted like 100 times the same post in the same second. It was weird.
Dang.
I mean, to be fair, I need a new phone, but like, it was strange and uncomfortable. Damn, that is loud.
Oh, wait. I'm gonna get nannered if I don't do this.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah, I just got my account back, so that'd be cool.
I know, I just got mine back too.
Weird, and your screen is doing weird shit.
I don't know why. I know that I got nannered because for 24 hours because I was driving yesterday.
Yeah, it's looking makeup
And
on
apparently
your,
they don't like when you do that.
Yeah, no. You're not supposed to do that at all.
I wasn't distracted though.
It doesn't matter. If you're driving, you can't be on live.
Oh, well, I learned that fast.
Yeah.
I like your music.
Thanks. It's standard
Like
with
jazz.
TikTok. It's standard with TikTok.
That's standard for them?
Yeah, if you hit the enhance button when you're live, it gives you options like music and stuff.
Oh, I gotta try that. I usually put on my own stuff.
I'm surprised you haven't tried it yet.
No. There's still stuff I don't know about this.
Oh, well, you should play around with it. You know, there's a practice setting that you can put on to like just to try all the buttons before you go live.
That I knew, but I didn't try everything, so I did that. And then I tried this draw and guess, which was really fun.
Okay.
I am so lame at drawing, and it's just hysterical that people trying to guess what I drew. Hi, Angelica.
Hi, Angelica. Is she in here? Or is she called up?
I saw her come through. I don't know.
Oh, there she is.
Ah, there she is.
Hi, hon.
I wouldn't say I made amends, but I did,
I heard.
decide to be friendly.
Cool. That'd be nice. Because everybody's in my Discord and I don't need that shit spilling over into my Discord.
No, no way. I wouldn't do that to you.
Dude with an S, what's up? Who is this person?
Wizard on
North
a
Carolina. Not wizard on a stick, wizard with an S. What's up, lover of all pie? Come on up.
Okay then, what's going on?
You're not,
What are we doing?
dude. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. So, like, in the middle of that broadcast, I lost the ability to hear anybody. Everything just sounded like it was twitching out, and I couldn't do anything. Like, it wouldn't let me do shit. And then TikTok shut off and started downloading an update, and wouldn't let me stop the update. So I took a screenshot.
I
and went
honestly
over to my
thought you were
Discord.
trolling. I thought it was
Dude,
part of the
no.
bit. I thought it was trolling.
Dude, I wish.
Straight up.
I wish it would have been. I wish it would have been gold, but no. I just spent like an hour and a half being pissed off. But
I was like,
no,
he
went
straight
over to
up
Discord.
trolled and just left everybody.
No, I went over to Discord and like posted a screenshot there, and it posted like 100 times in the same second. It was so irritating.
So
I'm
that's
back.
what you get for
That wasn't
gaslighting
part
the
of
universe.
gaslighting. Yeah.
No, honestly, I have a piece of shit old phone, and TikTok decided it wasn't going to run without an update, and decided it wasn't going to let me not update it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about exactly what I would expect from this. Okay. Well, now that we're here, I will get the show started.
At least I think
15K
they
likes
fixed
this time,
some of the
bottom.
issues. Because when it first got put back on the shop, it was horrible. So
I didn't
at least they
download
fixed
it
a
from
few
the shop.
things.
I didn't download it from the shop for a very long time. Like, for a very long time. I was going through third parties, because no. And I don't trust it now that it has, now that it has updated from the TikTok shop. I'm so fucking worried about it.
Everybody needs to get, if you get income from this platform, you definitely need to branch out to other ones. Just to keep yourself covered.
Why? What do you mean?
Just because the way everything went down and with the weird updates and everything, I would just use it to build your platform and then branch out, just so that if anything happens, you're still covered for your bills. You know what I mean?
I'm on so many platforms.
Like, if you have a community here, have a Discord, keep in contact with people outside of like the app itself.
Oh, gotcha.
Because so many people build their platforms here, and then when it all went poof, they were like, "Oh wait, I didn't branch out. All my people are gone." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
No, I built a rather large platform in many places.
See, I just do this for fun. I hang out with people, say hi to people, see what's going on. So it's not any too big of a deal for me.
Yeah. I don't really earn money from TikTok. I mean, I wish I could, but I don't. All my money comes from art and mutual aid.
Comes from those special tabs in that Discord, you know?
No.
It was a joke.
No? Okay. I don't understand. Okay, here we go.
The elevator music.
Yep. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. That's what I mean. It won't fucking do anything right. That's weird. There. Fantastic. Hi Ida, how's it going? Today's episode was going to be about gaslighting, but everything got really fucking weird, so I decided to change it around. It's going to be about how to turn things around on manipulators, gaslighters, and blame shifters. Re-empowerment. Today's episode is re-empowerment. Also, Ida, look, I got my account back.
Got checked by the universe, and now he has changed everything.
Not really. It's still the same topic, but I got the gaslighting part over with. So. But Ida, look, I got my account back. Yeah, right? It only took 2 weeks, but I got it.
That apparently has happened to a few people.
Yeah, they didn't give me a reason either. No reason for shutting me down. Just community guidelines with no specific anything. Permaban. Well,
at least I found this live. I was jumping around for a little bit.
Well, I'm glad you found it too. Fun part is they don't realize that they probably should have just kept this one in the fucking dirt, because I've got a bunch of lore saved in my my private videos that rich people are really not going to like. Cool. I'm excited. Either way,
Oh, Peekaboo, I see you.
hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
There's a fishy emoji.
That was 5 hours.
Well, I thought it was going to be a lot longer. Apparently not so much. Yeah, we all got kind of done with what we were doing, and we're like, okay, I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing. Bye, guys.
Fantastic.
Took out,
Oh, we're
took out
here.
some errands for them and did what I had to do. Because I do enjoy your company, and I'm not gaslighting you before you think I am.
The
I
gaslighting
do-
part of the episode is over.
Yeah, so this is all sincerity. I enjoyed spending time with you, man. You're good people, and I can see something really good coming out of all this, because I have some news after doing extensive research. There's a buyer for TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, so it already happened.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
thought
for
they
the
said he
couple of
was
videos
ready to
about it.
move forward with the offer, but that was it. Where I read on it.
Oh man, I'm gonna show you something.
Forgive me for being under a rock.
Oh man, no worries. I'm gonna show you something because
I mean, I do live in Florida. We are the most restricted information state out there.
apparently nobody knows this. So hold on a second.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Oh well, prepare to be a little disappointed.
Underwhelmed. That's adulting.
Okay, so I've heard of underwhelmed and overwhelmed. I have never heard of just whelmed. Can one just be whelmed?
Well, I don't know. What is whelmed? What is that emotion?
I don't know. Fuck is underwhelmed.
It's like disappointment.
And what's
It's like
overwhelmed?
underwear. You wear it under clothes.
It's kind of like when you go to a steakhouse and you order a steak and they get it wrong. Like you had one job.
Yeah, I really don't know, to be honest with you, what that even means.
Privacy. Okay, so
Underwhelmed is your disappointments are so under what they're supposed to be. So I feel like whelmed is like level of expectation. If you're underwhelmed, your expectations aren't met. If you're overwhelmed, they are overmet.
whelm, to engulf, bury, or submerge. Wow. Thank you, Ida. I've been asking this question for years and no one's had an answer. You're fucking amazing. Thank you so much. Fuck yeah, cool. To engulf. I like that. I am whelmed. Let me turn this off for a second. Settings and privacy. Y'all can see this, right? I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Terms and policies. Open source software notices. Do. Keep going.
My goodness, what a list.
That's a lot. Apache license 2. BSD2. BSD3 clause. Newer revised. So. Creative Commons. Wait, did I get the password already? BSD clause new. BSD clause. Oh. Do you see it?
Which one of these lines am I supposed to look at?
Under BSD3 clause.
It's
Oh,
the
okay.
Book of Face.
It says copyright, all.
It's the Book of
So,
Face.
the Book of Faces have taken over?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Does that mean the Lufa gang people are gonna start showing up?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
They already have.
that means there's going to be more toxic than there has ever been.
I'm surprised you haven't
Oh, it's
seen
getting
them.
bad.
No, it's going to be worse. You thought it was bad before with them as the Empire rulers? Oh boy, this is bad.
No, so when I meant the Lufa gang, I meant like all the old people. But
Yeah, it's.
I thought you meant the Luftwaffe.
the Lufa gang also refers to the people who make content on Book of Faces for just the sake of trolling to troll.
The Luftwaffe. Oh, so the Ida, the copyright started 2015 because it merged with Facebook's content. Their connection host copyright. It's the newer
so
revised.
you should
license.
turn down the jazz music.
No.
The jazz music is a little loud.
Yeah. Can we turn it off? Chat me up for 15K. I'm just playing. I'll turn it off.
I'm trying. I keep having to move where I click.
Weird. Why?
Lack of focus right there.
Because the way the screen is on my phone, I will either hit the request button or hit a chat, or I will hit like randomly and it will try to report it. It will like automatically pull up.
You see
Oh,
where it
weird.
says like start the show at 15K and the boxes are to the side slightly. There's a white gap over there. You just do it over to
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd be safe. Trust me.
they're perfect little spots and nothing like you don't accidentally click anything when it comes up.
Yep. Just don't do the double fingers with it because it will automatically open up your gifts, and then you want back to send
Oh,
Hey.
It's so janky.
Yeah, welcome to it. Once you do it just right. Okay, it's not doing it now.
Oh
Alright,
yeah, that's
I'm
the
a
spot right there.
I'm a proven liar right there.
I'll be in and out of the live, so I don't think I'm being weird. Hey, no worries, Ida. No worries. Yeah, if you wanna go ahead and go to your page and just check it out yourself. If you go to the settings and privacy section, the hell, what is this? What are you doing? I don't care about your Marvel Rivals. Why is Marvel Rivals popping up on my? Go away.
Are we talking about Minecraft
Yeah, go to your
again?
page to. No, go to your page, Ida, and go to the settings and privacy, and then licenses.
Don't mind the random person
Um,
who's joining. If you catch what I'm saying.
Yeah, your open source software notices, and then yeah, and then all the way down to BFD 3 clauses, and you can check it out.
Ooh, I love me some oranges.
Aren't they amazing? Oops, somebody got filtered.
My bad. That was me saying something again, right? I'm just kidding. Ooh, I didn't realize that song had this much bad lingo in it. I'm gonna pause it. So shush you. Thank
Thanks.
you. I did not realize it. I did not realize it was still playing.
Naughty, naughty.
Hey, are you on Spotify, Moon?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to put on a playlist for me.
Okay.
Do.
Just give me 1 second. I'm right now kind of doing my thing. Give me
Yeah.
1 second.
Let me pull it up so I can give you the exact name.
Bring in something a little sneaky.
Yeah, anti-capitalist anthems.
Anti-capital anthems. Oh boy.
Anti-capitalist anthems.
Okay. What the heck? How do I do this?
I know a few lives that would have been perfect for.
This is one of them.
Give me 1 second.
Oh
So
yeah,
what
in case you weren't aware, I don't know if you know me very well, Pi, but
you put it in the chat for me so I can see it.
I'm a devout anti-capitalist and a devout anarchist. So, is that Tackle Box?
You mean Snacklebox?
Tackle Box, get up here, bud.
Snacklebox.
No, Tackle Box. Butter.
Snacklebox. Okay. Is that watery butter? Is that soft butter? Is that hard butter? What kind of butter are we talking about?
I don't know. Somebody just popped up. Hey, what's up, Tackle Box?
Good day.
How you doing, man?
I can't complain. Living the
I got my
dream.
account back.
Cool.
Yeah. After 2 weeks, I finally got it back.
You said anti-capitalist anthem?
Yep. How's things on the porch, bud?
We broke a record for number of likes today. We got it up to 90K.
Wow. That's not bad, man.
That's pretty damn good
That's
for
not bad
a
at all.
coffee guy.
Yeah. I came in to do the celebrating being back live today, and my phone decided it was going to be insane, and it shut down and then started updating the app through the app store, and wouldn't let me stop it. And then I went to go and post a screenshot of what was happening to my Discord, and it spammed the post 100 times in the same second.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was intense.
Is one of the songs called Anti-Flag? Or Artists? Yeah, it's one of them?
Mhm.
Okay, I want to make sure I got the list right.
Yeah, it should have a picture of what looks like a car fire with some people dancing around it.
Yeah, I got
That's
it.
the main. Yep, that's the one.
It'll be interesting.
Ugh.
Do what I'm doing.
By the way, guys, if you're not following Tacklebox, you really need to follow Tacklebox. I'm telling you. Tacklebox lives in Idaho on top of a mountain, and they have lives where they show you the scenery from their porch, and it's gorgeous. It is so
Ooh,
gorgeous.
I like nature.
How far away from you is that lake that you can like see past the trees?
Down the road, it's just over a quarter mile.
Oh my God.
And that's only one of 3 lakes within 3 miles of me.
Oh my God. Well, I'll be passing through Idaho on my way back from being around the country.
Well, stop in here. Julie's only 36 miles from me in Washington.
Oh, that's not bad.
So,
I thought she was in Idaho.
no, she's just across the Washington border.
Oh, cool. Fantastic. Is there space around there to park a school bus? Because I drive a school bus.
Oh, my place, I've already got a school bus up here. So
Ooh, what kind of
yes,
bus you got?
the answer is yes. 85 International Bluebird.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a 92 Bluebird, 36 foot with it's one of a kind. They only made 5 of these for a show, and then scrapped 3 of them, put one in a museum, and I've got the other one. Literally the only bus of its kind right now. Yeah. I got it for $3,500. The moment I drove it away, it was worth $8,000, and then I put a house in it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I got mine.
It's only got-
I got mine for $2,000. I sold it for $3,000. They paid $2,400, gave it back. So basically, I got a free bus.
Nice.
As you should.
Yeah. Why'd they
We
give
love
it
a
back?
frugal baddie.
They lived in it for a year and a half and then decided they were too old to live in a bus.
Oh, what does that mean? How old were they?
60s, pushing 70.
Yeah, I could see that. The stairs are kind of a pain in the ass.
Yep. But they didn't want anything. They said that was for the rent for having it for the year and a half or whatever, so they just gave it back to me.
All right.
That's our
Cool.
party bus. We went to concerts and festivals and stuff in it all the time. I got it
Hell yeah.
signed. I had it autographed by the band Too Slim and the Tail Draggers.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
My son went to move it, accidentally backed over a trailer and ripped the brakes out, so I got to fix the brakes.
Oh. Rough. Ripped the brakes out. That's intense. Yeah, these things are damn near indestructible. Not entirely indestructible, almost indestructible.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm working.
So I've lived in like RVs and stuff like multiple times. I'll never go back to an RV after like my first bus because one, no thank you, and two, I can roll this thing down a mountain and still be able to drive it away.
Yep.
Try doing that in an RV.
Is that a challenge?
No.
Is yours
No.
gas or diesel?
Diesel.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
have one. I'm sorry, I don't even drive.
But yeah, no. You try to do that with an RV, and it'll turn into confetti.
Yep.
Good to know, Loki. I thought about getting a van at one point, and then I realized I can't drive.
Really?
Oh no. Yeah, I mean, because it's cheaper than a house, and I hate working.
Fair.
So why would I want to pay on something where it's like, it's not like I have a whole family I need to support, and I don't have like a bunch of other people I have to live with. So it would low-key just be cheaper. I just have to figure out driving.
That's a fair cop. I said that's a fair cop. Man.
I don't know. I kind of want to buy, like, I have said a little bit about it, but I kind of want to buy land somewhere, you know, and just figure out kind of what to do from there.
I mean, fair enough. I've been trying to find somewhere that'll let me land steward for ownership.
Let you what?
Land steward?
What does that
got
mean?
a large... Wow. Land stewardship is where someone lets you take care and work their property. And basically just make sure that it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And then hope, like my hope is that they'll let me. No, I can't turn that on. Go away. That they'll let me steward the land for long enough to just have it be mine.
Hey, Sludge, could you put me in the big box for just a second?
Yes,
Oh my God,
one
trees.
moment.
Oh,
I am
Mother Nature.
muting things.
Oh.
Mute
So pretty.
Do you want me to switch it?
box. There you go, buddy. Welcome to the.
This is my front yard.
I'm gonna
So
cry. I
pretty.
miss mountains. Like, I used to go hiking all the time when I lived in Pennsylvania, and it's so sad. There's nothing but, like, flat
there-
land and hills here.
There's my blue bus. Down next to the
Hey.
RVs.
Oh, she cute.
Okay.
I want a
Yeah,
bus
we do.
now.
Well, you kind of
As you
missed
should.
the window of getting one for cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back to a little box.
Oh man, no, that's cool. Go ahead and stay where you're at.
Yeah, I like
I
staring
don't
at
mind the
trees
view
and
right
stuff.
I wish I could zoom in, but without being the one live, I can't zoom it for you.
Oh, weird. I didn't know that was a thing. Which is not often that I don't know how these things work. I thought anybody could zoom.
Yeah, for those that don't know me, I adopt out these trees for like 4 donuts. I put a little sign and you get to name your own tree.
For a donut?
For
I
like
only
4
gave
donuts.
one. Why did... Yeah, I don't have any money. I'll come back. Can this be one of 4?
You said I could. You said I could adopt a tree for 4 donuts.
Yep.
Okay.
And I even
All
put
right,
a little
cool.
cedar plaque on the tree with the name you picked.
So 4 donuts. That's 120 coins, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Once I get
Cool,
my
bet.
printer going again, I want to print out adoption certificates and send everyone a
Oh my God.
certificate of their adoption.
So 120.
When I get more coins up
240.
and stuff, I'll definitely have to do that. Do you do that all the time, or
Okay.
is it just kind of like...
So,
No, come into the
okay.
porch every morning. I do a live show every morning. I
check
can
this
zoom
out, check
in
this
and
out.
let you pick your actual tree, and then you can name it.
Hey, check this out. Check this out.
Really? Oh my gosh,
Um,
that's so cool. I'm definitely going to do that. Thank you.
Two trees, please.
Oh, okay, fine. Now, do you want a birch,
As
a
you should.
maple, a cedar, a red fir, a white fir, or a tamarack?
Cedar. I want a cedar. And what about you, Loon?
Me? Oh, I want a maple
Oh,
one.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. I owe you. Thank you. Oh, it's so cute. I love trees. They're so planty. And, like, there's no better way to describe it.
So planty.
Yeah, like
Oh,
ferns
I
are
do.
very planty. They're very plant vibe, you know?
Overnight, think about it and pick a name, and then give it to me in the morning.
I
Okay,
get to
but
name the tree.
Thank you.
Okay. Fill us
Just
on
as an
Frankenstein.
example, we've already got an Anna, a Dark Star, a John, a Britter Critter. I got a Squishy Tree, a Fizz, a Cletus Joe,
Actually,
a Piney. Julie's already got a tree.
I think I have the perfect name.
The only birch tree I've adopted out is Son of a Birch.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Hey, what up, Red Ace? It's been a minute. I got my account back finally.
Good day to you, Julie. Hope the kids aren't driving you too crazy.
Hey, Julie. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Hey.
They're always
Julie, I
driving
got
me
my-
crazy.
Julie, I got my account back.
I seen that earlier. I was gonna message you and stuff, but I didn't want to bother you.
No, honey, you're not gonna bother me by messaging me. I just can't like move out of like the app to go answer things. I'll see that you had messaged me.
Oh, I know that. I know you can't go out of your lives to check a message.
Yeah. I mean, if you send it to me on Facebook, I can because I have my tablet. But like, if it's like a DM here, I can't go check it.
Right, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Guess who deleted
You like
Facebook and Instagram and Amazon?
Do what?
Well,
Yeah, well, to be fair, I re-downloaded the app because I have to get my brother's present shipped or whatever, but I canceled my subscription, and honestly, I just got it on there because I get free shipping, and I was like, I already canceled it, I have 15 more days, I might as well. But everything's canceled.
I used to have Instagram, but I couldn't understand that, so I deleted it.
Valid, honestly.
Fran, you're supposed to pick your mess up, dude.
You get your
All
wash.
right, y'all have fun with the trees. I'm gonna have to go to bed. I have to get up in the morning.
alrighty.
Y'all have fun.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you,
by.
sleep well, thanks for
Nice
coming up.
meeting you.
Take care.
Julie, did you get your washing machine figured out?
Yeah, right. You're wanting a miracle there, Papa.
I just checking,
My
boss.
son doesn't look at anything when he gets home other than his stinking phones or his scratch tickets.
Aha.
Valid.
So I washed another load in the tub this morning and plunged it with the plunger. That's kind of hard when you have 4 kids to have to work for.
Yes, indeed.
I'm talking to Papa. And Sludge Knuckles. Well, I was. Oh, he's ill. Never mind. I was gonna say, I seen these bananas.
Yeah.
You got enough. You got the
making-
auto tap on?
It's making
No, I
fun
don't
of the
have the
fact
auto
that
tap.
TikTok tried to banana me.
No, don't. I
Oh, thanks for the
Go.
ghost pie.
I don't have enough, or I don't have any coins, Papa, to give you a heart me today.
Oh, you couldn't give him a heart me today. You couldn't give him a heart me right now, anyways,
Why?
because this is my live.
Oh, is it? No, it's
Yeah.
not. You don't live on the
Yeah,
mountain.
The host sign is above my picture.
That's fine, but still.
Yeah. That means because he's in my live right now, you wouldn't be able to give him a heart me.
He's not in your life because that's his mountain. I recognize the property.
Yeah.
Ha ha!
Yes, that's his mountain, but I put him on the big screen.
Uh-huh. You're doing that thing that you were
Nope.
doing the other night.
Nope.
No,
I only
Julie.
gaslight during.
This is
I
his
only
live.
gaslight. Yeah, I only
was
gaslight
just
during
showing
Gaslight
the
Live.
view.
Look, it says host up in the corner of the box of the person who is the host.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but okay, I'm not doing it.
Julie, Julie, I only gaslight during gaslight lives. This is not a gaslight live.
Did you want a sandwich?
No.
Oh.
Throw me back in the small
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
All right, buddy. Small box it is. All right. There.
There we go. Now
Yeah.
turn off my camera.
See, Julie?
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
You
one's
don't have to
bullshitting.
explain. I've had a rough week. Well, actually,
Okay.
a rough first part of the month, and yeah.
I understand. But I just want
Did
you to
you
know
want
that
a sandwich?
I wouldn't bullshit you. I usually.
I know
announce it
you
when I'm
don't
doing my
lie.
gaslight.
I know, honey. It's just me. I
No
put a
worries,
post up on my Facebook today explaining to people that I've been struggling the first few parts of the month and still struggling, and if I get snappy or snotty with you, please forgive me. If you don't, that's your choice.
You're okay, honey. I don't consider there anything. I don't consider there anything that is needing of forgiving. Okay.
Okay.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
That's what I'm gonna name my tree, by the way. That's my choice for tree name. I call it right now, please.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And by that I mean I want it to be called An Orange, so that when it's introduced, you have to say, "This is An Orange."
Okay.
Please.
Wow.
Oh, I like that painting.
Also, on top of
Thank
that, you
you.
might as well just give the nickname Gaslight.
I love the purple and the yellows in it.
Thanks.
It's a whole vibe, honestly. I love it.
I'm gonna
Honestly,
have
all
to
your
find
art's
that
good,
one on
so
your
I always
page.
feel awkward being like, it's good, because it's like, you probably know that already.
That's a gorgeous picture. What you talking about?
I honestly, I can see so many things that need to be fixed, but that's
I'm sure you do, as the creator, because you're the one who sat there working around and towards those things. But it looked good. I promise. I promise it looks good.
Thanks.
Or else I'd be like,
thank you.
You got Brandon's phone number? You should call him and tell him his daughter's up here.
Just
Maybe that'll
go
get
let
him to
your
quit
dog
something
in.
else.
The one that you sent me the other day of my rainbows and peace signs sled.
Yeah.
You remember? I got
Yeah.
that on my phone for my screensaver.
Nice.
Yes. And TT seen it the other day. He says, "Nana, that's cool."
wow.
My picture.
Awesome.
What?
Yes, you do.
Cool. I'm glad the kid likes it.
Well, he knows Nana and rainbows and peace signs.
Yeah. So today's episode is how to turn around manipulation, gaslighting, and blame shifting.
Hi, Boo Boo.
I'm the only one tapping. Help me, guys. I'm suffering.
What you talking about, Willis?
What do you mean? What am I? Yeah. Okay. I'm just
I'll
kidding.
be right back. I'm gonna turn my mic off.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah, you're all good. Honestly, I've done that like 8 times today. And by the way, I'm so sorry. It's just, I'm not gonna lie, not having sleep, and then I just have been eating all day, I feel like, to keep up my energy. That's gotta be it, because I'm like running on vibes right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, for real. My body over here eating itself, and I'm like, look at this delicious bread.
I've done what I can do for now, buddy.
Are you having to take a
Yeah, I
break?
got you.
Yeah.
Listen, hear me out. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. What you should do is, like, put your hand, like, cradled in one hand, alright? Start tapping with your thumb,
Yeah.
then start
Well,
tapping
you
with
can
your
only
other
do-
thumb. Alternate,
You can only do
Like, try it.
You can only do
and then
listen. You can only do 3,000 likes before you have to take a break for 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I've
yeah,
been.
but it only
and
gets
I've
you to
been
like
on the
100,
listen,
150.
listen, Loon. My backup account's in here, and I've been doing it on here at the same time.
Yeah, take a break. Take a
Yeah,
break.
I have to take a break.
I will pop in.
Okay.
I will pop in with my other account here in a minute.
Yeah, I just meant for the last bit. I didn't mean that you didn't tap at all. Because, like, I tap, like, a bunch, and then I stop for, like, 10 minutes because I completely forget. And then I, like, do it for, like, a couple minutes straight, just literally as quickly as possible. And then my wrist hurt, and I stop. And I just thought everybody was doing that. My bad.
No, I use all 4 of my fingers.
I'm
and
on.
just
I'm on.
roll and just
I'm
roll
on
them.
tap jail right now. I cannot push it any higher. I've tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just do, like, 100 to 200 at a time, and then I stop for a few, and then I
Aw,
just start
Julie.
again. Oh, did she, Oh, okay, well, she might be coming back, because I know she was saying she had to go, like, mute for a second, so, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably see her later.
You switch over to this music because we'll be there in 400 points.
Well, I'm taking a break because my wrist hurts.
Thank you. No worries, no worries.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know, like, if I'm doing it objectively faster or objectively slower or kind of objectively the same pace.
We're moving. There we go.
So, like, is there a way to check?
200 more? Come on.
No. Yeah, because what I'm
We'll
saying
tag
is if
team
tapping a little
that.
bit like you guys are doing at once and doing it like that and then pausing works better, then I would prefer to do that because this hurts a lot more. So I was just saying, like, if I'm significantly lower in taps than everybody else, please let me know and I'll just start doing it, like, more intermittently because it, like, I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt. It does hurt.
Good afternoon or good evening to y'all.
There you go, brother.
Going.
Hey, Summer.
Ooh, that was fun.
14.9.
Oh,
You get,
they're both.
you coming on a little bit
It says
early. I thought
15
you were
on both
coming on
ends on
at
me.
7.
Well, so the live that I had started up earlier, my phone freezed up. Well, my phone freaked out. And
Yeah,
started
tell me
downloading
about
the new
it.
TikTok update. It started downloading the new TikTok update and wouldn't let me stop it.
Oh, well, that explains why I keep getting all these bombarded text mess or TikTok things from you of all your
Oh,
videos and stuff.
Oh, by the way, this is my main account.
Oh, okay.
I got my main back. I got my main back today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's why you got all the messages, because it came back online.
I use a little faster. This idea.
I just know my phone kept buzzing and buzzing and buzzing as I was trying to go to sleep this morning. I'm like, I had to turn off all volumes on my phone.
Yeah, I
So that I
got
could
like
sleep.
30 messages from people who were like, "What the hell?"
They're still coming in on
y'all
mine.
didn't realize
Right?
yeah, it was like y'all didn't realize my account was banned.
Yeah, they're still coming. Those messages are still, or those videos are still coming in on my phone. They're still buzzing, but I've just been ignoring them basically because I figured it was a glitch somewhere.
Nope, just my account coming back on and letting everybody know that I have a bunch of videos that need to be pushed.
Ah, I gotcha. Well,
There's-
they're definitely
there's a
being
bunch more
pushed.
videos. There's
They're
a bunch more
definitely
videos that
being
need to be
pushed the way
too,
they're
but
going
in
out
my-
right now.
Listen. Listen. There's more videos in my Only For Me videos that definitely need to be pushed. And TikTok made a big mistake by giving me my account back.
I don't know. I mean, it could be a good sign for you, though. I mean,
so
think about it.
I have a lot of information on billionaires,
Ah. Okay.
and TikTok's not gonna like it. TikTok's not gonna like it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't worry. It's going straight up. It's going straight up on Backy.
You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I mean. haters are gonna hate regardless, you know, of your positive outpoint towards humanity, and it you know, shit happens, you know, but it's only up to you how you choose to take it all in, you know, and
Oh, yeah,
or walk
absolutely.
away from negative shit. So, you know, I mean, whatever.
Well, I mean, when the negative things are, you know, kind of hurting people, I find it necessary to drag them out in the light. My favorite thing to do is to drag snakes out from the bushes and expose them to the light.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
I kind of sort of do too, but you know what? I have better things to spread out to humanity than to just deal
Oh, yeah.
with negative naysayers that continue to spread lies,
that's
especially
the
about
thing.
me. So, you know, I'm not really concerned about that shit. So I do me
I'm not.
and only me, and continue to spread positive vibes out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm not talking about anybody like coming after me or nothing. I'm talking. Well, I mean, maybe one specifically due to the message I got, but that specific super rich person is well, we'll find out when I put out my videos.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I spend like my lives and stuff doing like positivity things and like, you know, just spreading some fun and some joy, doing like the fun gaslight lives and these lives, like, you know, mental health awareness and self empowerment and stuff. And then my videos are very much like, hey, pay attention to this person because this person, specifically this person with billions of dollars, is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's watching
Yeah.
TV?
Yeah, I put some gas in my car and bought.
I don't know.
How you doing up there, Gen X?
Man, I'm good, I guess. I wonder what happened. I was like, what the fuck happened to Slug, man?
Oh man,
And
so
then you're back, and I'm like, well, what happened to the handle? I'm like, okay, something happened. I gotta find out.
yeah, my mate came back.
Well,
Yeah, today. So today I finally got the notice that my appeal had been denied after
Alright, you're all
2
good.
weeks.
Next time you come,
Right?
right.
2 weeks.
Show my license.
And
Yeah.
I posted a ticket with my agency because I'm a part of an agency.
Right.
Hold my
And
license.
I was like, here it is finally, and within like an hour, they had my account back.
Oh shit, yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
So-
Wow, man, they keep slamming you.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, it's okay. They
Yeah, it is.
they
It's totally
they
okay.
unfucked
I believe it. I do believe it. I do not doubt that a bit.
us. It's okay.
How you?
I'm gonna have so much fun.
Other
with it.
than that, how has it been for you?
You know, trying really hard to sell some art so I can have what I need to finish up with my bus and get on my trip around the country. Because I'm gonna do a circuit, go check on all the different compounds and mutual aid fucking situations that I've helped get set up over the last couple of years, and then come back to Oregon at the end of the year.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You said you're in
That's a solid plan,
South
though.
Carolina or North Carolina?
What's that?
You're in North Carolina, South Carolina?
Tennessee.
Oh, you're in Tennessee? Cool. I might be stopping
Yeah,
by
I
Tennessee
am.
as well.
Yeah, that's I'm in West Tennessee. Unfortunately, that's North Carolina. South Carolina's over by East Tennessee. But yeah, I'm in Tennessee.
Well, good. Yeah, I gotta go through Oklahoma.
I don't sound as country today.
I gotta go through Oklahoma and Tennessee, and possibly into Florida, maybe depending on how things go, and then I gotta go to Michigan. But all that after I first stop in New Mexico and Colorado.
Oh, okay.
I'll stop
Okay,
in
yeah.
Indiana too.
Oh, you got an eventful time.
Yeah, well, I've been doing like mutual aid and community organizing for years, and like I was supposed to go last year after winter to go do my circuit and stuff because there was no like established assistance in this town, and I had
Right.
to keep like doing the thing. I never got to do my circuit, so I'm doing my
Mhm.
circuit this year.
Well, that's what's up. That's
It's me
what's
to
up.
sell, like,
I'm glad.
It's I need to sell, like, I think to cover the fuel for, like, the entirety of the trip, I'll have to sell, like, 15 pieces, but I can do them one at a time.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
All
would,
right, we have reached the threshold, which means I am able to start the show.
Okay. Awesome.
Make sure I got everything going on. Okay. Do. Turn this music down a little bit.
I ain't even looked at my screen yet.
Music. Turn you down a little bit. Turn you down a little bit. Maybe not so much. Shit. Oh yeah, definitely so much. I'm gonna put on some background music of my own that isn't TikTok's weird video game music.
So I'm gonna just dip out of the box and just listen in because I gotta get ready for work.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no worries.
I'll be listening in. So, but y'all stay
All right.
blessed, guys.
Yeah. Can you
Thanks,
see what
you too.
today's episode is about?
Do what?
Can you see what today's episode is about?
Turn it around, manipulation, gaslighting, and blame shifting.
Yep.
Yeah, I see. I see on your what's staring me in my face right now.
Cool.
But yeah, it should be interesting. I'll put it that way because I mean it's kind of like the situation. Some people are trying
I
to
know.
get me into, so and I just
Yeah.
choose not to get into that. So
Everybody goes through
anyways,
something like this at some point. So
yeah.
I feel
So,
like
but
it's
anyways, I am
mutual.
gonna dip out and I'll be listening in because, like I said, I have to get ready for work. So everyone
Alrighty.
in here, stay beautifully blessed. Always remember you matter. Hugs, loves, and kisses, guys.
All right.
Thanks, you too,
Talk to
sweetie.
you
Lots of
soon.
love.
All right. Blue's back. Yay, Blue!
Hey, Blue.
Man, I'm so sorry about the earlier live, Blue. Like my shit went insane.
I
My phone
thought
started
TikTok
downloading.
got your program. I'm
It got
going,
it.
dang, he didn't last long at all. So I was like, well, if he comes back, he comes back. If not, it was a good trip down the lane.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I-
it was intense. It was intense. My phone started downloading the new TikTok update and wouldn't let me stop it. And I went over to the Discord to go and like post a screenshot of what was going on, and it posted 100 posts.
Well, oh, and by
In
the
the-
way,
in the
I
same
don't
second.
have your Discord.
Oh, you should. You're in the group chat. I posted in the group chat a couple of times.
Well, just because you post it someplace doesn't mean I read it.
Okay.
Gee, you won a lot from me today. Damn. Okay, no, I hardly get into the group chat. When I do, I just kind of skim over messages I've missed. So,
Well, I'll tag you in it next time I post it up in there. That
Oh,
way it's
if
like
you
directly
must.
connected. You'll get it.
yeah, not a
Well, if you want to
problem.
be in the Discord, you don't have to
Oh.
come to the Discord.
I have to have as many places to cause hell, raise hell, and so yeah, no, Discord's fine.
Hey,
Please.
I love that.
And
Yeah,
thank
no
you.
problem. Yeah, no problem. Just make sure that when you get in there, you read through the rules thing, which is really Slack. You know, the Slack rules just be
Well,
be
and-
respectful of each other and no nudity.
You can't be as slack as my Discord. One of my first and only rule that I put in the rule section is don't be a dick.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's basically. But yeah, no, I read the rules and stuff.
Yeah, my rules are basically the same. Don't be a dick, and like don't post nudity without consent and all that stuff. You know.
Oh,
Consent is
well, I
mandatory.
have to go then because I'm in my booty phase. No, I'm.
Oh, you're adorable. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna
Let me
mute
get
myself
this,
before I get in trouble.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Just set up real quick. My phone's at 69%. Cool. All right.
That was too funny.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, come on. Hold up.
And pirates, or should I just stay out?
What?
I said and pirates, or should I set this one out?
I mean, yeah. It was implied with the all right because R.
Yeah, but you have to say alrighty then. You gotta with the R. Come on now.
I mean, I got the brand on my arm. I can say R however I want.
Okay, hear me out. Pixar, it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Too funny.
Pixar didn't happen.
Thank you, Tackle Box.
Hey, Miss Wendy, I got my main back. TikTok is real pissed off at me. Do this. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you very much, Tackle Box. I appreciate you, bud. Pause the screen thing for a second. There. Yo ho ho.
Oh, cute. What's the P on its forehead?
It stands for pirate and poison.
Touche, honestly. Touche.
Yeah.
It's cute though. Honestly, like, hear me out. I'm just like, I think I want to start my sleeve in fall. But if you have any recommendations for people who do color tattoos, I'm open because all the places I find around here either are not the style I'm looking for, or it's like, eat your shorts expensive. And I don't want to start with something big. I want to start with a few, like, I want to start with a small one, or, no, I want to start with too small or a medium. I don't want to do anything crazy to start.
Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get the show started now that we're here. We are sitting at 19-1, just under 20. See if we can make it to 20 before I get to the end of my... thank you very much, Summer. Let's see if we can make it to 20 before I get to the end of this opening monologue, shall we? Hi, everybody. I'm Sludge Knuckle. This is Interviewing Humanity. Today's episode is going to be about how to turn around manipulation, gaslighting, and blame shifting. So, manipulation is everywhere. It's not just something abusers use in relationships. It's a tool of control on every level of society. Gaslighting makes you question your reality, of course. Blame shifting makes you defend yourself when you've done nothing wrong. And together, these tactics keep people in a cycle of doubt, guilt, and compliance. Tonight, we're going to break them down with our panelists here. And we're going to talk about where these tactics show up, how they affect people, and most importantly, how we take back control. Because manipulators don't win when you recognize the game. So let's get into it. My friends here, have you ever been gaslit? And when did you realize it was happening? We're going to start with Moon.
Yes, I've been gaslit a few times, such as when somebody like tells you that you're wrong no matter which way you go about it. They're just gaslighting you from the get-go, even if you have proof that you're right and they refuse to accept the information. That has happened to me multiple times at my job, where I've proven a manager was shady and doing shady stuff. So yeah.
Thank you. Loon, you ever been gaslit? When did you know?
Yeah, I've been gaslit a lot through my life, actually. Honestly, up until, like, again, fairly recently, honestly, I did really believe it because it's hard to notice it when you're in it. But I think something that helped me realize was that it was like, yeah, what's up?
Nothing. I'm listening.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, I think a big thing that helped me realize was it was like every conversation, it wasn't that I was wrong, it's that I would repeatedly... What's up?
Hey, Tacklebox, I'm going to put you on mute. Hey, Tacklebox, I'm going to put you on mute while people are talking. I'll get to you right after her, okay? Thank you, bud. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think a big thing that helped me realize that was just, it was never that I came out of it feeling wrong at first. it was always, when I was in it, it's like I was trying to explain the same thing over and over again. And it was like explaining something to a wall, not because the other person didn't understand, but because they would sit there and like purposely twist what I was saying, purposely misinterpret it, like just a lot of stuff. It kind of clicks a lot better once you pull yourself out of a situation. But one of the best ways for me was just realizing that no, I don't actually deserve to feel bad all the time, so that's weird behavior if I'm being made to feel bad all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, hi, Julie. How's it going? Hey, Mac Daddy. If y'all want to come up and join the discussion, go ahead and send the request, and one of my mods will bring you up. Tacklebox, have you ever been gaslit, and when did you realize what was happening?
From the age of about 7, I could just tell anytime someone was trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I get gaslit all the time by my kids, my grandkids.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for your lived experience, bud. Gen X, you ever been gaslit? When did you know what was happening?
Absolutely, I've been gaslit. I didn't realize what it was though till the last couple of years, but I've been gaslit my whole life pretty much. I've always felt that we weren't living in the right world. I've always known something was wrong with our government, things weren't right, and I'd always be told that I was just crazy. Things was just weighing on me. I just didn't see things right. I was just different, or because I'm insane. So yeah.
Yeah.
They actually put me on disability check back in 2000, so to silence me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been gaslit my whole life.
Figure.
Yeah.
All right.
I know, right?
Your lived experience, bud.
Mm-hmm.
That is intense. Wait, so hold on. I gotta backtrack real quick. They put you back on disability to silence you?
Well, I have been on disability since 2000 because of my conspiratorial thoughts and things. Yes.
Ah, okay. You got too close
they
to the
told me I was
truth, huh?
paranoid and schizophrenic. Is what they told me at first.
Ah.
And I don't. I
Did they
and
give
I
you
now
a-
don't take a psychotropic one. So I mean, I
Nice.
did they what?
Did they give you concrete evidence of lesions in the brain? Because that's what schizophrenia is.
No. At that time, they weren't. Of course, back then they weren't trying to put all that money. And I went to, because I didn't have any insurance at the time or whatever. This being the great fucking America. And I love TikTok Shop, by the way. And we
Love TikTok Shop. My whole personality is
But-
TikTok Shop.
There you go. So they sent me to a place, and it wasn't the greatest place in Tennessee. In fact, it was one of the worst places in Tennessee to be as far as behavioral mental health back in 2000. And that's where they initially diagnosed me. And yeah, just that they never ran any actual tests as far as that goes when it comes to those, like you said, certain diagnoses do have supportive evidence, of their existence, but no, they've never done anything further than psychological testing on me. No.
Thank you for your lived experience, bud. I appreciate you. Blue,
No problem.
you ever been gaslit, and when did you know what was going on?
Okay, what was the question again?
Have you ever been gaslit, and when did you know what was going on?
Well, yeah. And since I didn't, probably since we started really talking and in depth, because as I was going through it, there wasn't really a tag for what I went through. They didn't have a name for what I went through. So yes, a long time with my ex-husband. Yes, with my now people also formerly known as my family. And just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, since we really started this discussion. could have I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't really think my situation that I was going through was gaslighting.
Yeah.
Because yeah, everybody says, "Oh, you were gaslit," and when I'd say, "Well, what the hell do you mean? What does that even mean?" Nobody would answer me. So,
Well, thank you for your lived experience, buddy.
mm-hmm.
I appreciate you. So, some of the common tactics used by gaslighters are denying something that happened, minimizing the victim's perception by saying things like you're overreacting or you're making things up, it's all in your head, or blaming the victim, which is blame shifting. You're twisting my words or don't put words in my mouth, stuff like that. Or contradicting some past statements. I never said that. That's not how it happened. Things like that. Very real and consistent tactics. So I want to talk about some counter tactics when it comes to gaslighting. So gaslighters rely on you questioning yourself, and the best response is to just repeat your truth calmly and without engagement. An example for you, if you will. The gaslighter says, "I never said that." You respond with, "Yes, you did. I remember it clearly." Gaslighter says, "You're misremembering." You say, "No, I remember exactly what happened." Easy peasy. So this shuts them out because they expect you to second guess yourself, because that's the tactic they're used to. And what happens when you don't? Well, they get frustrated because they can't shift your reality. And this is an argument that you can use to help, one, solidify your statement and your reality of the situation. And it makes them begin to kind of unravel. Next is blame shifting. Blame shifting is about making you defend yourself instead of holding them accountable. Some tactics used are things like, "You made me do this," or "You're the one causing problems," or "If you weren't so sensitive, this wouldn't have happened." Panel, starting with Moon, have you ever been blamed for something you didn't do, and how did it affect you?
Yeah, I've been blamed for things that I didn't do. A lot, man. Like, for an example, when I was growing up, my younger brothers would destroy certain things, and my mother would be like, "Well, if you didn't let them do those things, you wouldn't be getting into trouble." So that's a perfect example of it.
Thank you. Loon?
I think a good example, one time, just before, general personal example is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I feel like, the reason I tell it is because I feel like people don't realize how far gaslighting goes, but one of my exes called me a slur to my face and then sat there and convinced me that they did not. And to be fair, I didn't give up because I necessarily all the way believed them. I was just so tired that I was like, you know what? Hear me out. If I just give up, it's not going to be an issue. And then over time, my brain stored it away because I didn't want it to be an issue. So when these things get brought up, when they ask for those receipts, it's like, I'm so tired all the time. I can't keep track of all of the things you specifically do. I'm telling you, you do this behavior. Why do I have to name 8 times you did it?
Yeah, that is very valid. Thank you for your experience. Tackle Box. You ever been blamed for something you didn't do, and what happened?
Oh, all the time I got an issue going on with a certain person on TikTok, and then they call you the liar, and you ask them how the hell you lied, and then they come up with 90 different excuses to change the subject. But the worst beating I ever got in my life was when my sister threw my basketball through the living room window and then blamed me for it. And I got in trouble because it was my basketball. I should have controlled it.
Yeah. Thank you for your lived experience, bud. Jen,
Yeah.
you ever been blamed for something you didn't do? And what was that like?
Yes, I have. It was actually quite a bit up until I was, oh Lord, in my early or my mid to late 30s actually, and there were several consequences, to be honest. And just one right off the top of my head would have been I've been to prison for something that wasn't my fault. So,
Oh shit.
because
That's
I couldn't
serious.
prove otherwise. Yeah. I mean, it's been some time, but nonetheless, it happened, and that's just one incident that happened. But yeah, people try to blame shift. My dad's bad about that blame shifting, and he'll real quick try to be that person. But me, I try like hell. I'm gonna go down fighting. You ain't gonna make me believe something that I know for a fact ain't right, or that I'm not. I never have been that way. But yeah, because I had lack of proof in most situations. Yeah, I wasn't able to defend. So.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for standing in your truth. And thank you for your lived experience.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Blue, you ever been blamed for something you didn't do? What was that like? You muted yourself, buddy.
Blue, you there?
If you need to sit this one out, Blue, just let me know, okay? Okay. No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes.
Right.
It's a hard subject.
Mm-hmm.
So, some counter tactics for this, what I like to call the reverse mirror. Instead of defending yourself, turn the questions back on them. When someone tries to shift blame on you, ask them, so you're saying your actions aren't your responsibility? For an example, your manipulator says, if you hadn't confronted me, I wouldn't have yelled. And you respond with, so you're saying that yelling is my fault and not your choice? Oh, Blue, okay. Come on back up. Mods, will you bring her back up, please? I'll pause and see if Blue wants to get their lived experience in. Hey, Blue.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we can.
So, if you
Are
want
you okay with
to,
answering the question?
Yeah, can you please ask the question again?
Absolutely. Have you ever been blamed for something you didn't do, and what was that like?
Oh, okay, yeah. I got blamed all the time. I'm not going to break it down into specifics for this one, but all the time. Everything that was wrong in my marriage was my fault.
Yeah.
So, everything. And then I got the old, if I'm doing something, I'm going to accuse you of doing it so I don't feel guilty. I was engaged to a United States Marine. He was a POS. Hold on. Yes. No, but I'm.
No worries.
Hold on.
You're okay, hon. Take your time.
Yeah.
There's no rush in these episodes.
It's okay. I don't need anything.
I kind of ghost watched one of your lives the other night, and because it was too late for me to join, I was in bed already, and I was like, man, because I really wanted to join, and I was like, damn, I have to catch him, so I was waiting. I was like, where'd he go?
Yeah, you were welcome to come into the lives at any time.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of people that want to come up. Like, if you want to come up, just hit the request, and I'll make sure that we make space for you. You know what I mean?
All right. Sounds good.
Once it gets to a point where I've got a couple hundred people in here, I will have to be cycling folks out to get
Right.
the experience and stuff. But just stick around
Yeah.
because you will be brought back up.
All right. I'll do that.
Also, while Blue's away, I'd like to address the fact that I've watched this woman gain strengths that previously I don't think she even knew she had, and I'm very proud of her, and she should be very proud of herself. For real. Yeah, she used to be real hesitant about conversing about her lived experience, and
Right.
and she's grown in leaps and bounds. I'm very proud of her.
Awesome. That's great.
Everybody shares at different rates, Definitely
I'm sorry,
understandable.
guys.
Absolutely.
Hold
You're
on.
okay, Blue. You're okay,
Yeah, don't
Blue.
be sorry. You're all good. We're talking about how much we love you.
Hello?
That song is low-key a bop, and nobody can tell me different. I don't even like country.
Yeah, you too, Summer. You grew in amazing ways. So, while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and finish this explanation. So, if your manipulator says, "Well, you provoked me," you respond with, "No, you chose to yell. That was your decision." That's the thing. When a manipulator is using diversion tactics, or hey, what's up, Luke? Using diversion tactics or mirroring, blame shifting, as it were. The way to get them to stop in their tracks, make them take a step back, is to make them admit that they don't have control of themselves and that their actions aren't their responsibility. It works because it forces them to take ownership. And if they try to argue, they just sound ridiculous. It works rather well. And it shuts down the whole "you made me do this" narrative. Who is that? Hey, Luke, how you doing, bud? I will finish that question from Blue, or for Blue, when they come back. Okay.
I'll agree. Like reverse psychology.
Absolutely. So these tactics are used systemically. So some real world examples. Gaslighting in media. When political figures or newscasters say things like "this isn't happening," workers complaining about low wages, corporations saying that the economy is fine. That is gaslighting. When a politician is like, "Well, this person's the problem," or "this person or this group of people is the problem," that shifts the blame from what's actually happening, the systemic issue, to blaming essentially poor people for being poor.
Right.
Black, brown, and indigenous peoples for being black, brown, and indigenous. Queer peoples for being queer. And in law enforcement, it happens a lot too. Manipulation in law enforcement. When they try to shift responsibility onto the victims by saying things like, "If you would have just complied, you wouldn't have gotten hurt."
Right.
I mean, we see it all the time. All the time. And it's unfortunate, but it definitely happens.
Right.
So another thing that I'd like to bring up is a breaking of the cycle, as it were. When a manipulator loses control of a conversation, they end up unraveling. And I will ask a question just from your lived experiences. What is the most frustrating thing that y'all have ever done that has caused your manipulator to kind of falter or start to unravel? Moon.
Just a simple confronting them on certain things and standing your ground against it and saying, "I know you're wrong in this case, but if you want me to continue to take the blame, I will," and just kind of shift it to a different approach.
Thank you. Loon?
I'm sorry. Is it alright if I pass on this one?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Tackle box.
Well, when they say something like, you made me mad, or if you let someone make you mad, you're giving your emotions to them to control. So I always try to bring it back to, no, that's not the topic. You're trying to side shift the topic here. Let's get back to your actions.
Yeah. And it works. And in your experience, how quick does it take for them to start unraveling?
2.3 seconds.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Jen.
Hey, I'm the same as Moon. I'm like, you know, I stand up and like, yeah, no, I know this or I know that, you know, and if they want to argue and try to still be like, I'll be like, okay, you know what? If that helps you sleep better at night, whatever, you know. I mean, I don't try to just take on completely the blame. I try to kind of project it back, and yeah, it doesn't take long before he starts to get really, really vamped up because we argue quite a bit.
Really doesn't. Yeah, it really doesn't take long for the threads to start to unravel.
Right.
And, you know, a manipulator's whole thing is controlling the narrative and controlling the situation. And once you give them the rope, as it were, they will hang themselves with it. Absolutely every time. Blue, are you back? Okay, no worries, no worries. Some other forms of manipulation that are used involve fear mongering. You know, using threats, whether real or imagined, to force compliance, or pulling the victim card. You know, playing the victim to avoid accountability. So my question, Moon, why do you think, or what is it that you think makes manipulation so effective?
Well, from my experience, if you have the control over somebody, it's an empowerment, right? It gives them a feeling of power over the situation. So therefore, they feel like they've won something. If this is like a competition tip for tat kind of thing, it feels like they won something, such as a negotiation, right? If you don't give me what I want, this what will happen. I have the power, you do not. Something like those lines.
Okay. Loon, do you want to answer this question?
Yeah, one more time, please.
Why do you think that, or why do you think it is that manipulation is so effective?
Because it feeds off of the same things that a relationship does. You know, I mean, you have to trust somebody, you know, but that's a normal thing in a relationship to have doubts and have to work through it. You know, maybe not trusting yourself all the way, but, you know, also giving someone the benefit of the doubt, again, for example. But it also leads, again, into other than just trust, it's the respect, it's the love, the care, and the nurture, because when you love, care, and nurture something, you're supposed to take care of somebody past them making mistakes. And manipulative people use that as a way to guilt you into staying, you know, like, oh, you know, don't leave because, you know, I'll be alone or because it'll hurt my feelings, etc., etc. But again, it's the problem with seeking it out is the only real difference between what you put into a relationship and what you put into a manipulative person is the levels of the relationship aspects that they're actually giving back. So, I mean, it's a lot of the same feedback, it's a lot of the same emotions, and it's a lot of the same steps forward in trust. And you just, you kind of have to spot the signs or get sucked into it.
Valid. Thank you very much. Tacklebox. Why do you think manipulation
I
is so effective?
because most people don't want to get into the confrontation, so they try to just appease it. And once you appease it once, then it gets even worse.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Jen.
Yeah, let's see. I would say it's effective because sometimes people, in my experience, from what I've seen and what I've lived, some people like to be controlled, and it's easier sometimes to listen than it is to lead. In some cases, so it's easier to manipulate that mindset, and there are many more of us than people like to admit. Of that mindset. Of course, we do have to have a growth mindset as well to get past that. But it's also like, I think it was Moon said, like a sense of control, having that power over someone else, being able to have that, whatever it is, to hold over someone's head,
Yeah.
like bait.
Like bait.
Yeah.
Very much. Blue, are you back yet?
Yes, I apologize about that.
No worries.
Okay, so do you want me to finish what I was saying about the last
Yes,
question?
please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So I was engaged to a United States Marine. He was deployed to the Middle East. I kept getting these weird messages. Oh, I know you're seeing other men. I know you're cheating on me. I know this, I know that, and I'm wondering, where's this coming from? Once I call you friend or family, I will fight till the end for you. If you are in the right. But I will also call you out if you're in the wrong. So so turn around. We lost our son to brain cancer. Neither here nor there. He didn't come home. He didn't come home to bury our son. Whatever. I got pictures of him in bed with an army nurse.
Oh.
And the whole time he's telling me he knows I'm cheating. So yeah, that's a form of gaslighting, isn't it? I think that's what you said, but it felt horrible.
It's definitely blame shifting.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. I knew it was
blame shifting.
And I will tell you that ripped me up.
Yeah.
But it also made me to the point where I'm like, try to, better myself. But and I just want to let you guys, I have not an emergency, but a family problem. Sludge, is there any way I can get together with you? Because I have a lot of questions that I would like to discuss with you.
Absolutely.
But I won't be able to come back in tonight, if that's okay.
No worries.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, no worries.
Just-
if somebody wouldn't mind hopping into the group chat and tagging Blue with the Discord link, I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I love all you guys, and just remember, you matter, and your feelings are valid. I will try to get a hold of you sometime next week, Sludge, whenever you got time.
Okay.
Love your faces.
We love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Later.
Bye. Stay safe, hon.
You too.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Okay, so I'm hopping over to the group chat here and dropping the Discord link.
Yes, please.
All right, cool. I'll be right back.
All right.
No worries.
So, back onto the topic of blame shifting. Blame shifting is one of the most insidious forms of manipulation because it preys on our natural instinct to self-reflect. When someone blames you for something you didn't do, your first reaction is to often ask, well, did I do something wrong? And that's exactly what the manipulator wants. Blame shifting is about redirecting responsibility. It's how abusers avoid guilt and how corrupt leadership dodges consequences, how corporations shift attention from systemic issues onto individuals. And the goal is to keep you feeling guilty, distracted, and constantly trying to prove yourself. Some of the core goals of blame shifting. One, of course, escaping accountability. If someone else is responsible, then the manipulator doesn't have to change. They want to control the narrative. If they make you the problem, they get to rewrite the history, essentially. And it weakens your confidence. The more you doubt yourself, the easier you are to manipulate. And we see this play out everywhere. In personal relationships, it looks like a toxic partner saying, I wouldn't have yelled if you hadn't made me angry. In workplaces, it's a boss who screws up a project but blames the employees. In politics, it's leaders blaming poor people for poverty, workers for economic collapse, or activists for, quote, dividing a society. The pattern is always the same. The powerful evade responsibility by making victims feel guilty. Some of the ways it's used against us in against the public, personal relationships. Partner cheats, it's your fault for not being enough. Workplace, company exploits workers, you should just work harder to get ahead. In politics, the rich get richer, but the poor should just stop being lazy. In media and society, systemic issues are ignored while individuals are scapegoated. And we see it everywhere, all the time. So, Moon, why do you think people accept blame even when they know deep down they aren't responsible?
Because after you're told something so many times, you intend to believe it, even if it's not true, because it breaks down you mentally over time. And the more you subject yourself to that kind of situation, the more trapped you feel, the more you start to accept the behavior. And that's why they do it, because they think there's no other method.
Thank you. Tacklebox. Why do you think people accept blame even when they know deep down that they're not responsible?
I should have tried harder. I should have been better. I shoulda.
Absolutely. Very succinct. Jen?
Right. Yeah. Let me hear you ask that question one more time so I can make sure that I answer it very correctly.
Okay. Why do you think people accept blame even when they know deep down they aren't responsible?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of like Moon there too on that one. For so long I was told that I was insane that for a minute, just for a minute, I did start to believe that, and I confined myself, and it limited me from doing things that I'm now doing, like right now, like today. But now, well, yeah, because I kept being told. And there was no other way that I could do any differently because I wasn't being given the chance. So I couldn't test my abilities, I guess you could say. I just wasn't, that was my biggest thing, was that I wasn't able to, they just, like, threw me away and threw away the key. Like I didn't exist. If that makes sense.
It really does. It really does. And thank you for your lived experience, bud. Hey, Jared, how's it going, bud?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions real quick?
Go for it.
Okay. So today's episode, as you can see, is about turning around manipulation, gaslighting, and blame shifting. My first question for you is, can you think of a time when someone blamed you for their mistakes?
Upper level management quite often.
Oh, fuck, I feel that one. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Um,
Been in the corporate world for
I feel
35
that
years,
one.
so I was the product of that quite often.
I feel that. I feel that. Why do you think blame shifting works so well?
Because it's avoidance on addressing the issue themselves and taking the focus off of them and putting it on somebody else.
Okay. You ever been gaslit? And what was the moment you realized it?
No, I don't think so.
Do you understand what gaslighting is?
I think so.
Would you like me to give you a quick little overview?
Sure.
So some signs of gaslighting are denying something they said or did, like I never said that, you're making things up, making you doubt your emotions, you're just too sensitive, or you're taking this too far, turning others against you, nobody else thinks that you're right, just ask, forcing you to prove reality if it really did happen, where's your evidence, things like that.
Oh, okay, then yes. The last VP I worked for.
Okay. And what was that moment like, if you don't mind sharing?
So I got the blame for trying to bring to light a lot of issues that were happening under this new VP's leadership, because he was leading a culture of fear. So a lot of people were afraid to say anything or work for him. So I was in a position that was rather high up, like director level, and so I had lots of employees come to me with their concerns because they didn't want to go to him, because he was notorious for just firing people if they disagreed with him. So once I brought that up to another VP, who was asking me why they weren't being successful in this project, I told them. And so the other VP that was gaslighting me, I guess, told me to shut up and stop airing his dirty laundry.
God, I fucking love that one.
Yeah.
And why do you think that gaslighting works so well?
I think it's a cultural thing, honestly. I think we've allowed the powers to be to have that much power, and when anybody below them says anything, it's a lot easier for people to believe the higher ups than the lowers. Especially, I'm speaking corporate mostly, right? Because that's most of my experience with it.
Okay. Thank you for your lived experience, man. I appreciate you. So my next question is it's about blame shifting. And my question is, why do you think that people accept blame even when they know deep down they're not responsible?
Fear. So if I would say, especially if it's going to get you fired or not, right? So again, coming from that corporate world, or even in people's everyday lives, I think a lot of people accept blame in order to not face the consequence of something else, of like not saying it. Like if you're going to get threatened and blamed for something, if it doesn't get you fired, you probably accept it and just deal with it and move on. Because sometimes if you stand up to it, you do immediately get fired.
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah,
face
especially in the corporate
other
world.
repercussions, right?
Yeah, especially in the corporate world. So, having lived through that, how did you break out of the guilt cycle that blame shifting worked on you?
I never felt guilty. So I was, I was in the right, and I had lots of people that backed me. Unfortunately, they found a way to cut me with a mass layoff. So that's when I lost my job.
Oh, of course. Gotta love that
So
tactic.
it's the squeaky wheel, right? So I kept pointing out the issues of why they weren't being successful. So their last round of layoffs of 1,200 people, I was one of them. And the reason they gave me was because I got paid too much.
You bring up a good point. So one of the things that I had spoken about earlier is that when you start pulling at the strings of manipulation and gaslighting and blame shifting, the manipulator starts to unravel. rather quickly. And one of the first ways that they show that they're unraveling is through retaliation.
Yep.
It's almost textbook every single time. So this next part that I want to talk about is fighting back and how to reclaim your mind from these things. So once you recognize the pattern of what's happening, manipulation starts to lose its power. But knowing that it's happening isn't enough. You need to know how to respond. Breaking free from manipulation requires strategy, emotional resilience, and sometimes the willingness to walk away entirely. So how do we fight back? Well, there's some key steps to turning the game around. First, spot the tactic in real time. Identify the pattern. Ask yourself, is this conversation making me doubt myself unfairly? Is this person trying to control my perceptions? Look for emotional triggers. So if you feel guilt or shame or fear, pause. Those are tools manipulators are using to cloud your judgment. Check for consistency. If their story keeps changing, they're controlling the narrative. Recognizing manipulation is step one. The next step, refusing to play the game. You need to set verbal boundaries and stick to them. Use direct language. That's not what happened. I remember clearly. I won't take responsibility for something I didn't do. You don't get to define my reality, right? Refuse to engage in defensiveness. Instead of just justifying yourself, flip the conversation back on them. Why do you keep changing my story? That sounds like you're trying to avoid responsibility. Cut off the manipulation. In mid-sentence even. If someone tries to gaslight you or blame you, you don't have to argue. Simply just say no and disengage. Walking away is often the most powerful move. And get an outside perspective. Manipulators isolate their targets. Reaching out to someone you trust, tell them what's happening, best way to do things. Ask questions like, does this sound right to you? If someone's trying to convince you that you're crazy or too sensitive, a second opinion can be the wake-up call you need. And make peace with walking away from it. Some people will never take accountability, and that's not your burden to carry. If someone refuses to respect your boundaries, distance is the only solution. Ask yourself, if I was watching someone else go through this, what advice would I give them? And then follow that advice. So my question for the panelists, starting with Moon, what's one thing you've learned or wish you knew earlier about resisting manipulation?
One thing that I wish I would have learned at an early age was how to just walk away and not try to fix every situation that wasn't my burden to carry. You know, and it's still hard for me to walk away and give up on something because I have this don't quit attitude, never give up attitude. So I'm still learning that still to this day.
Absolutely, and thank you for your lived experience, bud. Jared, what's one thing you've learned or wish you knew earlier about resisting manipulation?
I'd kind of have to echo that, like learning to walk away earlier. In my position, especially, at my last job, as a leadership role overseeing the work of almost 1,100 people, I was kind of their representative, to the upper management. And yep. I think you get into this position where like you need to defend all the little people, right? From the big baddies. Like, I don't know if it's a savior complex, it might be, but I really espouse to like servant leadership, giving people the tools they need to do to do their jobs, because if they're successful, then you're successful. So I think realizing and walking away earlier and figuring out which battles I could have won and which ones I couldn't, I think would have been a more helpful.
Absolutely. Thank you for your lived experience, bud. Tacklebox, what's one thing you learned or wish you would have known earlier about resisting manipulation?
That I didn't need to conform or assimilate to the shit, but eventually I walked away. That's why I live on a mountain. I refuse to have toxic people around me.
Some good advice, honestly. I appreciate your lived experience, bud. Loon, what's one thing that you've learned or wish you had known earlier about resisting manipulation?
I guess I wish I had learned that you don't have to take stock in everyone's opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has multiple opinions most of the time. And definitely not all of them are right.
Yeah, the old adage is everyone's got an opinion and everyone's got a butthole, and they all stink. Jen, what is one thing you learned or wish you had known earlier about resisting manipulation?
Well, although I know how to today, I really could have used walking away back then.
Yeah, seems to be the one that most people have the problem with is knowing when to walk away. But of course,
Right.
we're taught as a society to never give in. Always fight the good fight, even though that good fight is really not all that good for you.
Right.
Right. It's kind of that hero complex, right?
Yep.
That
Absolutely.
Western culture seems to put in our face in every single movie and every
Yes.
single narrative. Be the hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Society conditions us to not believe that there's a possibility we could be the bad guy. And when we take on a hero complex like that, we are actually putting ourselves in the position to be the bad guy in our own lives.
Right. Makes sense.
It's a real thing. So my next question, why is it so hard to walk away from manipulative relationships or systems? Moon?
Because sometimes it's about that I subject. If I would have done something wrong, if I would have done something better, if I would have, I, right? I can echo that a million times. And it's also taken into another consideration is next time. So you approach that situation with a mindset for already trying to fix it, instead of just listening and absorbing all the information and catching the manipulation before it sets root in the relationship or in day-to-day activities.
Thank you for that perspective, buddy. What about you, Jared? Why is it so hard to walk away from manipulation relationships or systems?
Well, again, I tend to agree. I think it's about ego, right? The ego. I think especially if you have that complex of the hero, right? You have to save everybody and save everything. And especially if you're a very empathetic person, which I tend to be. So I take up and listen to a lot of people's complaints and concerns and frustrations and feelings, and then try to say, all right, I'm going to go to upper management and tell them all how you feel, right? And so, one, to be the voice of the people, but if I'm honest, looking in the mirror, there's probably a little bit of that ego and hero complex in me because of that. Like, I was the defender for all these people, right? So I would say ego is probably a big one.
Thank you for that perspective, buddy. Jackalbox, why is it so hard to walk away from manipulative relationships or systems?
I found it's easy. You just got to be willing to be alone.
Fair. That is a fair point, bud. Loon, why do you think it's so hard to walk away from manipulative relationships or systems?
Honestly, I think it's kind of like a good analogy for that is like every scary movie where there's a haunted house. Obviously, you shouldn't stay living in a house where weird stuff is happening, everything's off. Like, obviously, it's not normal. But most of the time, by the time these people realize how bad it is, they've already got too much of a vested interest in figuring out and fixing what's going on. So they don't, like, their thought isn't, oh, this is dangerous, I should leave. It's, oh no, this is a problem, I have to fix this problem, I have to deal with this problem, instead of just moving, as if they didn't not have these problems before they lived there.
Thank you for that. It's a good perspective. Jen, why do you think it's so hard to walk away from manipulative relationships or systems?
Well, actually, I think that's a two-part question. For me, a relationship is different than being with a system, but of course, for me, it's not hard. Or it wasn't hard, rather. I've always been isolated. I've always been shunned, so it's not difficult for me to be alone and to know and to not conform to the broader opinion of people and not to be defined by that opinion. I never have been, really. I mean, I've always been alone.
Thank you for your lived experience, bud.
Mm-hmm.
So, my final question before the closing monologue is, what advice would you give someone who's struggling to break free from these things? Moon?
This question is something that I don't really have advice for, really, per se, because sometimes I don't even follow my own advice, if I may be honest. But I could try and lead the best example and, try to just learn from my mistakes, and hopefully the mistakes that I've made can prevent other people, by the example and the way I go about it.
Thank you for that. And also thank you for that moment of introspection. Jared, what advice would you give someone who's struggling to break free?
So realize you're not alone and talk to other people about it. Get their viewpoint. And then maybe you can get some more insight from somebody else that can see it from a different view, since they're not involved the way you are.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Tackle box?
You gotta self-motivate. I got this. I'm strong. I can handle it. I don't know
Thank
if
you.
that makes sense, but
It does. Thank you very much. Positive self-talk is very helpful in situations like this. Loon.
Honestly, I think this is one of those things where it's very situational. Like I've been in some situations where it's like, I really just needed to leave, just give up and let things die. And then, I'm been in situations where it's like that's just not feasible to do, and more so coping skills and, building community outside of the situation was what I needed to do. So I don't know if there's any clear-cut advice that you should just give to anyone. I think you should really tailor it to the situation and the person that you're talking to.
Thank you very much. Jen?
Well, to me, it's kind of like a Nike commercial. Just do it. That's
Okay.
That's the best way I would know to do anything, is to just do it.
Okay. And what if they're struggling with it?
I guess I'll have to pass on that, because I don't think I have a direct answer for advice.
Okay. Well, thank you. Sandra, you mind if I ask you a couple questions real quick? Sandra, you mind if I ask you a couple questions real quick? Dear, we're not here to just earn coins. I need you to answer the question. All right. Thank you for your visit. All right, everybody. Well, that brings me to the ending monologue. Manipulation only works if you don't recognize it, which is why we have these discussions. Gaslighting only works if you doubt yourself, which is why we have these discussions. Blame shifting only works if you accept guilt that isn't yours, which is why we have these discussions. The moment you start seeing these tactics for what they are, you begin taking back your power. Your challenge this week: notice manipulation in action. Whether it's in a conversation, on the news, or in a relationship, pay attention. Ask yourself, who benefits from this? Who's avoiding responsibility? Who's trying to control how I think? And if you're trapped in a cycle of blame, gaslighting, or emotional control, I just want you to know you're not crazy. You're not overreacting. You're not alone. If you want to go deeper about it, I got some resources for you. Some books: The Gaslight Effect by Dr. Ruben Stern. It's a deep dive into gaslighting and how to break free. In Sheep's Clothing by Dr. George K. Simon. understanding manipulation tactics. And my favorite one, 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. It's about how power dynamics are used in everyday life. Couple of online resources. There's a psychological self-defense guide that you can look up, recognizes and counters gaslighting. Some therapeutic strategies. Practice gray rocking. If you're unfamiliar with that term, it means practicing giving no emotional response to a manipulator. Stonewalling, as it were. Use self-validation or positive affirmations. Remind yourself, I know what I experienced, I trust my perception, I'm strong, and the like. And if it gets to it and you really need it, please seek professional counseling. If gaslighting has caused deep self-doubt, deep self-resentment, please seek professional counseling. The world is full of manipulators. People who thrive on twisting reality, dodging accountability, and controlling others. But now you got an idea of something that they fear the most. Awareness. So, thank you for coming. We'll see you next time on Interviewing Humanity. I've been Sludge Knuckle. Until then, trust yourself, trust your memory, never let someone else define your truth. Y'all have a good night.
Love y'all.
Thanks,
Nice
you too.
meeting all of you.
Good night, Sludge Knuckle.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, everybody.
Yes.
It was a pleasure meeting y'all. Be safe.